Welcome back. This is another book vlog of To Love a Stranger by Colin Cole. And we are now on chapter 7. It's actually going a lot better. Chapter 6 was a good icebreaker.
They're getting used to each other.
Yeah, they're warming up to each other.
Yeah, that letter.
Yeah, he's getting over the letter.
Letters.
We don't know what the contents have in the letter, though. So hopefully we find out soon. Or she cleans and finds the note and she reads it.
Oh no.
They're gonna get super close to actually having a real marriage, and then something bad is gonna happen, and they're gonna go back to.
What if the sister comes?
If she comes to complicate things, I'm literally gonna
Or
scream.
an old flame of his.
What if Miriam comes back?
Who's Miriam?
His cousin, not cousin. The girl that went away crying after she heard Bessie was his
he
wife.
left her in Utah.
I know. But what if she showed up?
Why would she do that?
I don't know. Why would she run away crying?
Exactly. So why would she go all the way to Arizona?
I don't
A few-week ride, walk.
Just saying, it could happen.
Chapter 7, book vlog number 8. Here we go, right?
Yes. Anyways. Oh, wait. Jasper reread the letter and found.
Oh,
He did
my word. We were just talking about him getting over the letter. Just burn it or something.
Seriously. He didn't know whether to be happy or mad. He would have to discuss this with Bessie tonight. Yes, thank you, because I'd love to know what's going on.
Let's just get over the letter.
The thought of his wife brought a smile to his face.
Aww.
Aww.
This guy.
Supper should be ready by now. Would she have fixed the stew with the meat or just roasted it? Thinking of the possibilities made his mouth water. He bounded across the parade ground as he hurried home. The curtains blew in the hot desert wind as he approached the quarters. The adobe looked clean and scrubbed. He had caught Bessie brushing the debris from the walls of the house the other day. Barely 5 feet tall, she was standing on one of the benches he made for the kitchen, and he grinned at the picture she made.
Oh.
The soldiers called her Angel. He had asked Rooster where the nickname came from, and the old soldier had said she was their angel of mercy. She was always there to listen to a problem or to pull out a splinter. It made Jasper see her in a whole new light. Physically, she was tiny, but her spirit was mighty. He could smell supper cooking through the open window, and his grin widened. Stew and fresh baked bread. He threw open the door and found his way to the kitchen. Bessie stood over the wood stove stirring the pot. She tasted the new stew and grimaced. Oh no. Something wrong? It sure smells good. She made a slow turn. I guess it's ready. She didn't seem very enthusiastic. Maybe she wasn't hungry. He took off his hat and poured water into the pitcher to wash his hands. Ruthie sleeping? He called her Ruthie! That's so cute! She's got a nickname for the baby.
Oh,
She should be.
This guy.
I know. She should be waking any time. I reckon we should eat before she does, then you don't have to be hopping up and down. He dried his hands and sat on the bench expectantly. Bessie took a cup and ladled stew into the 2 waiting bowls. She set them on the table and turned back to the stove. The biscuits should be done too. I'll get them. She took a cloth and pulled the biscuits from the oven and put them on the table. Jasper's mouth watered just looking at them. They were golden brown and looked delicious. I was expecting
She got
them
the
to be
rolls
burnt.
right.
Yeah,
She didn't burn the rolls.
she didn't burn the rolls. They're golden brown, but she grimaced at the taste of her stew, so this should be interesting. Thomas was overseeing supplies today. I talked him out of some jam for the biscuits. She sat on the other bench and folded her hands while Jasper said grace.
There you go.
Wait, actually, I'm reading.
Yeah, sucker! Ah-ha-ha-ha! You can have one after you read the chapter. Did you want this one?
I'm gonna slap you. He picked up his spoon. He couldn't wait to eat something other than the usual mess slop. He took a big spoonful of stew and shoveled it into his mouth. It was so hot, it was hard to really taste it for a minute, but then the gamey flavor hit his taste buds. He shot his gaze to Bessie, her eyes down. She chewed slowly. The expression on her face looked as though she were in pain. He swallowed and reached for biscuit. That ought to kill the gamey flavor.
Oh, man.
After
She
ladling,
botched the stew.
ladling jam onto a biscuit, he bit into it with appreciation, then spit it back out.
Oh, no!
What did you make these out of? He asked before he could stop the words. They taste salty. She frowned and took a biscuit. I just followed the directions. She broke off. I just lost it. Oh, wait, she broke off a piece of biscuit and put it in her mouth. Shuddering, she discreetly spit it back out. She folded her hands in her lap again and bent her head. I don't understand it, she murmured. Jasper got up and studied the ingredients she had on the stove. How much saleratus did you use? Sour milk and molasses usually work better. Her eyes filled with tears. I didn't have any molasses, so I just guessed I used too much. He felt sorry for her. She had tried so hard. He would just eat the stew and not say anything until later about the spices she should have used. There was no reason to make her feel any worse. You'll learn. He put a hand on her shoulder. It's better than mess hall food. He sat down and quickly ate the stew. She took another bite of the stew and burst into sobs. It's terrible! She threw down her spoon with a clatter and buried her face in her hands. I so wanted to impress you, she wailed. Aw.
Ooh.
He knelt down beside her. Ooh. Don't cry. It's no big deal. It's my fault. I should have showed you how to do it. Antelope is tricky. There are special herbs you can use to take the gamey flavor out.
Did you say herbs?
Yes, I did. You got away with how I say herbs?
It's not pronounced that way.
I don't care. Herbs. What's the difference?
Herb. It's herbs. You don't pronounce the H.
Herbs is your Aunt Sarah. Herb.
Herbs, then. Herbs.
There you go. See, that wasn't hard.
Put the Oreo in your mouth. He stroked her hair. Her tears.
Whoa.
He stroked her hair.
Don't touch my hair.
Don't touch my face.
That was no stroke.
Ooh.
Her tears made him feel helpless. He pulled her into his chest. I'm not doing that for you.
No, you're not. He knelt beside her, stroked her hair,
Shut
and
up. I'm trying to
pulled her into a hug against his chest.
We'll just let
That's
imagine
your
that one.
baby.
Keep Justin Bieber out of
That's
this.
your baby.
Okay. Shh. It's all right. She'd been a rock through this, showing him a true helpmeet spirit. Growing up at the Mendenhalls, halls, he hadn't understood how much he craved a real home and family. They treated him well, but he'd always been conscious of some lack. Her sobs stilled and her hand crept up his chest and nestled at his neck. Okay, I'll read it again. I'm not. Her sobs stilled and her hand crept up his chest and nestled at his neck.
Okay, so
Okay.
they're hugging, right?
Yeah.
And like her hand is just like resting here or something. Yeah.
And that's
Okay. It's like resting there. Right now, anyway.
Okay, y'all can use your imagination on that one. A wave of protective tenderness swept over him, and he suddenly realized how much he liked the feel of her in his arms.
I just read something.
I'm gonna slap you. She was small and compact and fit neatly against him like she belonged. When she lifted her head, he stared into her gray eyes. Was that fear in them? He cupped her cheek. After a moment, she closed her eyes. And he kissed her! He kissed her!
Wow. Chapter 7. We're about halfway through this book. And they kissed. Read that again.
Sure.
With
I got it! When she lifted her head, he stared into her gray eyes. Was that fear in them? He cupped her cheek. After a moment, she closed her eyes, and he kissed her. I would hope so.
She was like,
The shock of her soft lips against his was like the kick of a mule. The shock of her soft lips against his was like the kick of a mule. Okay. He didn't want it to end, but she finally.
Of course not. This guy?
He didn't want it to end, but she finally pulled away from him. Uncertainty filled her face, and she had good reason. Neither one of them knew where they stood.
Wow, that was short-lived.
Yeah, tears pooled in her eyes again, and he wanted to ask her why, but he was afraid to speak, afraid of seeing that soft expression fade from her face. Did she love him? Did he love her? He enjoyed the kiss, but was that... Oh, Nana.
But was that love? Oh.
What was love really? He didn't think he even knew. From the bedroom, they heard Ruth cry. She's hungry, Bessie whispered. I must feed her. All right. When she's settled again, I wish to speak with you.
Oh, he's gonna
ruin it.
Man.
There is something we must discuss. The letter burned in his pocket, and he felt like a traitor knowing what he had to say to her. He released her, and she got slowly to her feet, then hurried to the bedroom. The frightened expression was back on her face, and there was reason for it this time. What? What did you say?
She said maybe they're not really married.
And they kissed.
Yeah, well then he wouldn't have kissed her then.
You would think. Girl, have you read books? That's not how that goes. What?
Nothing. After, I'll show you after.
Okay. Ruth's cries soon stilled as she sucked. Huh? Oh, we're talking about Ruth here. I'm so distracted. I was wondering what she was talking about. Okay, we need to be done. Ruth's cries soon stilled as she sucked eagerly at the bottle. What was it Bessie had seen in Jasper's eyes? She was afraid she didn't want to know what he wanted to talk about. Was he going to send her home now? She couldn't go. She just couldn't. Okay, now you have to show me.
You're reading.
I don't
I'll show you
care.
in just a minute. Just keep reading.
She loved her baby, and she was starting to love Jasper as well. She hadn't wanted to lose her heart until she knew it was safe, but she had been helpless to prevent it. What?
It's your post.
You reshared it, looking at the star. Ha ha.
What did it say?
He said I look like a stalker.
Phil Pierce. She sniffed and rubbed her eyes. Well, if that's what he wanted, she wouldn't agree. She would stay and fight if she had to. Ruth's eyelids soon drooped again, and Bessie put her back into her cradle. Before she went to the parlor, she peered into the little handheld mirror on the nightstand and smoothed her hair. Her eyes looked fearful. She pinched a little color into her cheeks and bit her lips. Don't bite your lips this time, Aaliyah. Straightening her shoulders, she emerged into the parlor. Jasper sprang to his feet when she entered the room. He patted his coat pocket as if to check that something was there, then raked a hand through his red hair. Sit down, Bessie. He indicated the cot that served as their sofa. She sat gingerly on the edge of the cot and looked up at him expectantly. Her heart pounded. He put his hand in his pocket and drew out a letter. I hadn't mentioned it yet. Oh, but I wrote to an attorney in California about her situation. I received his answer today. He avoided her eyes as he pulled the letter out of its envelope and opened it. She clenched her fists in the fold of her dress. Why didn't you talk to me first? You didn't give me a chance to say anything. What is there to say? We needed to find out where we stand in this marriage. Very well. She forced herself to sit back and look at him as though she didn't care, when inside she felt as though her heart were literally breaking. Jasper leaned against the fireplace. He says that I signed the papers and married myself to Jessie Randall no matter who she was. Bessie. That's
Jessie's his sister.
Oh, oops, my bad. The fact that she wasn't the person I thought was Bessie didn't matter. You, however, were not involved on your end until it was done. If anyone has grounds for an annulment, it would be you. So if we are to set aside this marriage, you will have to be the one who does it. Well, I guess we know their marriage ended, and
End
so
of story.
and a story.
We're
We're
staying.
good.
We're staying.
Then it will not be done because I will not. When I came out here, it was to be your wife. I have not changed my opinion on that because of your disappointment in me. Ooh. But she's standing her ground and she's saying what she needs to say. I did not say I was disappointed. Jasper finally met her gaze. He sighed and looked away. I didn't say I wanted you to set it aside. I just wanted you to know you had that option.
Just in case.
It is no option. Marriage is sacred before God. I would not break my vow. That's just the issue, Bessie. It was not your vow, it was Lenore's. Why do you feel you must honor your sister's deception? In spite of his assertion that he just wanted her to know she could set the marriage aside if she so desired, had he really thought she would do so? She couldn't answer his question. She couldn't look into his blue eyes and tell him she loved him. Not when he did not love her. He better love her if he kissed her.
He kissed her.
Like, in her heart, she knew he didn't, but he might one day. Someday, he might even give her a ring to wear that showed she belonged to him. Oh, she doesn't even have a ring.
Well, no.
Actually, no, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. She could always hope. She stood and walked to the window. He sighed. I would like us to begin to make some progress toward a real marriage, Bessie. Oh, would you be agreeable to studying what God says about love and marriage?
Yes. He's all for it.
Okay, good. Sense finally got knocked into this dude.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hi, man. I don't feel I really know what love is or how to love you as a husband should love his wife. His voice was tentative. My adopted family didn't hold much with religion, but I went to church with a neighbor. I never saw them show much affection to each other either, and theirs was not a marriage. Oh, there was not a marriage I would want for us. I'm not sure I know how to be a good husband, but I want to learn. It was such an unexpected request that Bessie froze where she was. He wanted to learn to love her. That realization filled her with joy. Perhaps one day she would see genuine love in his face. That would be lovely. For just a moment, she allowed herself to hope. He picked up the Bible from the top of his nest chest, then sat on the cot and patted the spot next to him. Sit with me. This is so good. We went from jerk to okay to hardcore cold and jerk again to oh, we're warming up to kiss to oh, I want to have marriage with you. Let's have a Bible study. This is going good.
So keep going.
She settled in next to him and he opened the Bible. May I? She found her voice. Of course. She was afraid to say more, afraid her heart would betray her. I asked Clay once what scripture a husband and wife should read together. He suggested 1 Corinthians 13 to discover what love really is. He told me to beware of thinking love is just a feeling. Shall I begin? Please do. Clay said to remember the word charity means love. He began to read. The words poured into her heart. She had never heard these words quite like this. Had she ever loved someone this unselfishly? Could she learn to love Jasper like this? It was a bit daunting. You better learn to love each other. Y'all just kissed. And charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, it is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. Jasper closed the Bible. Let's pray. He took Bessie's hand. Lord, we ask you to show us how to love one another as you would have a husband and wife love. Give us grace and patience and bind our hearts together as one. In Jesus' name, amen. Tears pooled in Bessie's eyes when she raised her head. His prayer had seemed so heartfelt. Did he really intend to try?
Oh, that's KJV.
Yeah. She wasn't a beauty. She couldn't cook a decent meal. And she wasn't anything special. Perhaps she could love him enough to make up for those deficiencies. I know this word, deficiencies. Thank you. Myself. He smiled at her. God has given us a pretty big list. I think we should just work on one characteristic at a time. After that meal, long suffering will be my first goal.
His first what? Let me see this. Oh, boy. After that meal, long suffering will be my first goal. He said that?
Yes.
He smiled at her. God has given us a pretty big list. I think we should just work on one characteristic at a time. Okay.
She stared at him, then slowly began to smile as his words penetrated him. At least you got to eat in the privacy of your own home. And what about the rest of that sentence? She opened the Bible to Corinthians. To paraphrase, love suffers long and is kind. How about a little kindness? You could eat those biscuits anyway. I'm not that kind.
Oh my
He
word.
told her with a grin. But a stray dog came into the fort today. He would probably consider it a kindness to eat them. She burst into delighted laughter. You get the dog, and I'll get the biscuits. Oh, I already read that one. She couldn't believe the difference in their relationship over the next few days. Jasper went out of his way to do small things for her. They spent the evenings reading together from the Bible or the small stash of books she had brought Wes with her, or they discussed dreams and goals. She discovered Jasper wanted to open a general store in a small town when he was out of the army, and she confessed to him how much she had always wanted a sewing machine. She even got out her paints and tried her hand at a painting of their little toady. Then hung it on one small wall.
What?
He sometimes kissed her before she went to the tiny bedroom with Ruth, and she wondered when he would begin to demand his husbandly rights. Okay.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
He sometimes kissed her before she went to the tiny bedroom with Ruth, and she wondered when he would begin to demand his husbandly rights.
We're only halfway through the book.
Yeah. Okay. She so longed to hear him say he loved her, but he never did. Perhaps he never would. If not, she must learn to deal with that fact. They could raise a family on mutual respect and consideration. She wanted a family, a large family. Much as she loved Lenore, she had always regretted having only one sibling. They were trapped inside one day while a sandstorm blew through. The wind howled and blew sand through every crack and crevice, but they spent the time playing checkers on a battered board with painted rocks. Jasper had scrounged. Bessie loved the time together and was almost glad for the storm. When he went off on patrol the next day, Bessie knew she had her work cut out for her. A thick layer of sand covered everything, even their clothes. After sweeping and dusting, she asked one of the privates to haul her some water for washing. The supply train had come with cleaning supplies, and she was ready to give the house a good cleaning. She filled the tub with soap and water, took down the scrub board from the kitchen wall, rolled up her sleeves, and got to work. Jasper had left his mess chest open, so she decided to clean everything in it too. What did I
She's
say
gonna find that
earlier? She's
letter.
gonna find the letter. This is so not good. She was almost to the bottom of the chest when she found a letter with familiar flamboyant penmanship, Lenore's. Her throat constricted. What that means is beyond me.
It's like her breath
closing?
caught in her throat.
So why not just okay?
Constricted is like better. It's like
Kneeling on the hard wooden floor with the letter in her hand, Bessie's chest felt heavy as though she couldn't breathe. She wanted to crumple the letter into a ball and toss it into the stove. You should have done that. When had Jasper gotten this? Why hadn't he told her he was still corresponding with Lenore? Oh. And Lenore? How could she write to her sister's husband behind her back? The sting of betrayal brought tears of pain and rage to her eyes. This was going so well. This is not good. She had known her sister was selfish, but how could she do something like this? Had Lenore's relationship soured with Richard, so she thought to resume her long-distance romance with Jasper? He was a married man now. He was Bessie's husband, not Lenore's. Bessie had thought things were going so well, but now she discovered he had kept this secret. Her hands shook and she pulled the letter down as it might bite her. She wouldn't read it. She couldn't. She couldn't bear to see words of endearment. Jasper would be home soon, but she didn't want to see him. How could she hide her feelings? But hide them she must. He must not have the satisfaction of knowing she loved him. She had never known she could feel such jealousy and anger. How could she face him? He would surely read the pain in her eyes. She buried the letter in the bottom of the mess chest and piled the rest of Jasper's things on top. Closing the lid, she got to her feet as though she were an old woman. She felt old and used and hurt. Taking a deep breath, she leaned her forehead against the wall, then straightened her shoulders and forced back tears. She would weather this somehow. She still had Ruth, even if her husband's heart would never be hers. The baby wailed, and she hurried to care for her. She felt like wailing herself, but she was an adult, and her responsibilities waited for her. She wished she could just sit in the middle of the floor and weep until she had no more tears.
why do chapters always have to end with something like that?
I knew she was going to find the letter, and things were going so well. They kissed, and they prayed, and read the Bible together. Oh my goodness.
Some people. I mean, I feel like he should have
He should have told her. Said something.
That, or he should have just like thrown the letter
I need a
away.
cookie.
Oh, you're gonna have cookie now. You're done reading. Enjoy it. That was a good chapter. That was like, to a certain extent, it was a good chapter. Wow, it hit her hard.
I'm too angry to speak right now. So.
It's a book. I mean, I can
Excuse me if I get invested and put my feet into the
I
character's
can
shoes.
get pretty
during
emotional
certain
about
parts.
it too, but also like, I'm not.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew. It was too good to be true.
He was gonna bring up the letter. He was going to.
Well, that was from the attorney.
That was from the attorney, not Lenore. Yeah. Well, I'm going to finish this cookie. And then we'll read another chapter of this.
Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.